Hey everyone, welcome back to another LW podcast. First, before we start getting into the topics, I want to thank everybody that came out and watched and supported the first podcast. Me and my brother both appreciate it. And, there was a lot of you guys. I really do appreciate you guys coming out and watching it. Another thing is, me and my brother both set a schedule about how these podcasts are going to work and when they're going to come up on the channel. Mondays and Thursdays are the days that these podcasts are going to go up. Unless there's an exception, unless there's something like important or cool or something that we just want to talk about, like pop up in the days between, then we will get it out probably on a Saturday or Sunday if there's something that we really want to talk about. But mainly it's going to be on Mondays and Thursdays because that's 2 days out of the week. That's pretty good, I think. What do you think, Elijah? See, yeah, that's... we don't want to do it every day because then we're going to run out of topics and stuff, so... And we want, like, a couple of days in between to see if there'll be, like, new topics pop up and stuff like that, But, other than that... Oh, and one more thing before we get into the topics. If you guys have any ideas or any topics that you want us to talk about, like, in the podcast, leave them in the comments below. And we will put them in one of the podcasts in the future. That's because we love, and basically the two topics we're talking about today is from the viewers, you guys, that you want us to talk about it. So, yeah, so that's pretty much it. I think we can get into the topics now. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover before. So, yeah. The first topic is about Star Wars The Last Jedi. What we think about it, our opinions, what we like, what we disliked. And yes, this is going to contain spoilers. If you don't want to hear the spoilers, there's going to be a timestamp in the description. You can go to the time where we talk about our second topic, which will probably be halfway through the podcast. But if you don't care or you've already watched it because it's been like a month since it came out, continue to listen. And I hope you like our opinions. And if you don't, leave in the comments why you don't. So, yeah, I guess we can get started. What did you think about the movie, Elijah?
What I thought about the movie in all, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
There was a lot of good scenes that I really enjoyed, but it was like a 50-50 for me.
Mm-hmm.
There were some scenes in there where it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense to the story at all. Now, I had a little bit of a background theme to it, which I kind of understand throughout the movie. But, let's just be honest here. And me and you will both agree on this. Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, was the best part of this movie.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Definitely the best part. Like, all of his scenes, yeah, every scene he was in was basically good. Like, the acting, the cinematography, everything was good, in my opinion, when Kylo Ren was in the scene.
And I thought the actor who plays Kylo Ren did a really good job of telling the story.
Yeah, he's a really good actor. I think his name's like Adam Driver. I think. Yeah, he's really he's a really good actor, especially when it comes to Kylo Ren, Ben Solo.
There was a lot of good scenes in this movie that I really enjoyed. But there was two scenes that kind of was like, okay, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, why is this in the movie?
Now, the first one is kind of a good and bad situation. It was the battle between the ships, and they were in outer space, and...
Was it the beginning of the movie or the towards the end?
The beginning.
Is it the beginning?
It was the beginning. And it was when Kylo Ren got in his ship and attacked all these pilots and all these wings.
Yeah.
And he stopped at Princess Leia, his mom, and you could tell the emotion out of that character because even though, yes, Kylo Ren has...
He kind of was thinking, he was kind of thinking about it, like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Like, is there still light in him? Is there some light? Is there some dark, And he doesn't shoot at, Princess Leia's mother. which kind of shows that like there's light still left in him, at the beginning of the movie.
Right.
But after that, one of his other, I guess the other fighters, shot at her anyways, blew the front of the ship up. And I think this is where you were going with the rest of your part.
And Leia, of course, the ship on that front part gets destroyed, turns into pieces, and
Yep.
she flies out into outer space.
Yeah.
Well, you would think she's dead, but in reality, she uses the Force to bring herself back into the ship. And that's when I'm just like, listen, okay, this movie is all about the new generation. Let's just be honest here.
Mm-hmm.
The new generation's coming. And
Getting rid of the old, bringing in the new. But if you guys watch Butch Hartman, the dude that made the Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom, he actually had a theory of why that she woke up, and drug herself back into the ship and didn't die, because his theory is since basically, like you said, they're killing off all the the Jedi, the old Jedi, the important characters, whatever, the Solos and the Skywalkers, they're killing them all off, right? But Princess Leia is still alive because she's evil. And that's what his theory was. And if you think about it, it's a really good theory because if you have to have the Force, you have to, it's within you, so strongly, it's got to be there to make yourself bring yourself back to life. Yeah, bring yourself back to life, and because basically only a few Jedi could do that. Luke can do that, because they're so powerful, right? And with the Force, you have to have a balance. The good side is Luke, and who's his sister? The balance of it. The evil part, Princess Leia. And you also know they've killed, and if you recognize this, they've killed off every single Jedi except for Princess Leia. Even and now, Kylo Ren had the chance to kill her at that scene, right? Or well, you think he would, have the chance, but you remember when that seemed like she was looking at him and he was looking at her, and they were kind of reading each other back and forth, What if she told him something, not to kill her because she has a plan, and that's why he kind of hesitated. You know what I'm saying? It's just a theory, but I mean, if you think about it, I mean, it's a decent theory. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be 100% real, 100% true, but it's a good theory. I thought it was. So that was my opinion on that.
Actually, now that you think about it, that's actually a brilliant idea.
Because because Anakin, he said there has to be a balance in the Force, right? And his kids, Luke and Leia, they were the balance. Luke was the good one, but you also have to have the bad one. And Leia, through the series, she doesn't really use the Force that much. She used it 2 or 3 times. But when she does, you can tell that she has it completely, more than anybody else. So what if she's the bad side of the Force? I mean, you gotta think about it too. The Empire is basically winning. They have completely wiped out the Jedi at this point. They have low everything, low amount of ships. They don't have many ships anymore. They don't have any soldiers anymore. And so basically, yeah, they've wiped out basically everybody. So what if Princess Leia is just running everything? She's basically running running them to the death, into their own death.
And at the end of the day, that's actually a really good idea, because if you think about it now, is what's probably most likely going to happen if this is going to be my theory.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what happened at the end of the Star Wars movie when they showed that kid in the ring of the rebel side?
Yeah.
Well, think of it like this. You know too damn well that is a big-ass cliffhanger. Because think about it like this. That kid, in my eyes, is going to be the next Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Or Han Solo, or whatever they use him. Because here's why. It's basically saying, it gives them hope and thing. That kid is going to be something special in future movies.
Mm-hmm.
And what reminds me is, yeah, maybe Leia, think about it, if Leia would have joined the dark side, And that kid would basically just be Leia, the head leader, the one going up against Leia, who betrayed the rebels and went from the Empire, but in reality she's been in the Empire this whole time
Yeah.
and made plans. And then you see this battle between the new kid and Leia, and then Leia dies.
Or this what could happen, like, because everybody on the Jedi, like on the Resistance or whatever, they don't know, like, if Princess Leia is evil, right, and she's like with the Empire, what, like, they don't know that, you know what I'm saying? They don't know that. But what if, like, at the end of the trilogy, they have like this big out war, or whatever, maybe like 10 years, 15 years down the road, and like Princess Leia shows that she's the evil, she's like the new, her and Kylo Ren are like the new, Darth Vader and blah blah blah, stuff like that. They're going against them. What if like those kids on that planet that that showed that, they didn't, they like, the Princess Leia would think, oh, there's no, there's not any Jedi left, there's only like a couple, they can't stand a chance against us, we've killed off all their high powered offense, stuff like that. But what, and then those kids show up, or those people that have been like, want to be the Jedi, they show up, and then like there's like what, hundreds of thousands of them, you know what I'm saying? That'd be pretty crazy. I mean, I would love to see that in a movie. It'd be like a shock, it'd be like the climax, and it'd just be like a switch, you know what I'm saying? Because the Empire thinks, oh, we only have to kill these few more, and then we're done, it's over, we won the complete war. But then all, like, thousands, 100,000 of these kids that want to be the Jedi, the Resistance with them, show up, and then they all just fight. That'd be crazy. I would love to see that.
And I would really, and I agree with you also, I would really enjoy to see that also. There was one thing, or one also thing I did not like about this movie, is that one casino scene with Finn and Rose.
It just didn't fit with the story. It just didn't fit.
I mean, like, if you think about it now, it's just like...
It was entertainment. Yeah, it was entertainment. It was fun, but it just didn't belong. Like, it shouldn't have been in the movie.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the difference between The Last Jedi and Empire Strikes Back. That Han Solo scene, it just looked like the theme of Star Wars. When he walked in there, and he was the bounty hunter, and he was ready to find where he had to kill to earn some money and cash. But when you walk in here, it just seems like old 40s, 20s type of casinos that is just like Italian type of mafia type of thing to it. I'm just like, why in the hell? That makes no sense with the story at all. If you took that part out and just went into, I don't know, a city where it's run down, and they had that racing thing, and she told the story and this and that, I think it would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
Instead of having the casino and then like seeing all the rich, I mean, I can understand where people go buy the Empire weapons, and I can understand that part of what she was saying, but the theme and the setting of that, when she said it, it just makes no sense to me.
I mean, in the movie, here's what I really didn't like. There was a lot of characters in the movie that just, I didn't like. I just felt like they either shouldn't have been in the movie, they should have like been used a different way. Their acting was terrible to me, and for example, some of the characters I didn't like, it was just there's a decent amount. Finn and Rose and how they were used, I just didn't like it. Like, I really didn't. Like, I feel like they should have been used a different way and had less screen time for some reason. Like, I wanted more of Kylo Ren and, Rey. Like, I wanted more screen time with them. Even Luke was good. I liked Luke. I don't understand what the people had the problem with Luke and stuff. I liked his character. I liked how he was, drawn out. I liked, that's honestly, I like Princess Leia in the movie. Princess Leia played a little bit of an important part. I liked how she was played. Her acting was good. The actors I didn't like, but besides Finn and Rose, that dude at the very beginning that was like, piloting the X-wing, and he's like the wants to fight everybody dude, and he's on the Resistance side. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he's
one R2D2 type of thing.
Yeah, BB-8. Yeah, he's with BB-8. Yeah, I don't like him. I feel like he's just there to, bring entertainment and to yell at everybody, oh, let's go fight everybody, let's go. You know, I just don't like that kind of character. Also, on the Empire side, that the other dude that was piloting the big ship, and he was like yelling at Kylo and saying, "Oh, you don't lead" and stuff. He has like reddish hair or whatever.
General Han.
Yeah, I don't like him. His acting was bad. I feel like he was terrible. Like I don't know. Maybe he was just over shadowed by
Oh,
Kylo Ren.
okay.
I think Kylo Ren's acting was just so good that his acting was kind of subpar. I don't know. That might have just been me.
Here's a little difference. Okay, General Hask in the originals, he was just basically the general of the Empire, and he barely had any scenes. I think what they were trying to do is just give him more, more action into it, make his character feel a lot more important than it should be.
Yeah, but his
In my
acting was just
eyes,
not good though to me. Like he was trying to be
I
so
mean,
dramatic and it just didn't work.
now the actor has played in both movies before.
Yeah.
He's and I thought the first movie they brought out, he was really good.
Yeah.
But this one, I don't really know. It really felt like he really didn't give expectations
Yeah, he didn't
to
live it
that
up.
movie.
Yeah, he didn't live up to expectation. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Good scenes now. Now this is what I enjoyed. Everything Kylo Ren, of course, was a good scene. But what made me really enjoy this movie was the fighting scene with him and Rey and Emperor in that Emperor's room. I don't
Oh,
remember his
Snoke,
name now.
Snoke. Yeah.
Snoke, the
Yeah.
Emperor Snoke, and they were fighting the guards. I really enjoyed that scene.
That
I
was a really good
also
scene.
enjoyed I also enjoyed the Kylo Ren and Luke Skywalker scene.
That was a beautiful scene. Like the way that they used like the background and stuff and how the movements, it was great. Like that was like one of the best like film scenes of the whole movie.
That was, and then when he died, we kind of felt the emotion because you know what, the most important character through all the 70s and 80s, and even 90s is gone. And
And that's what they were
now,
trying to bring. Like people were so upset. That's the story of it. They're trying to move on. It's about moving
and
on. And they did it in a good way. They did it in a good way. Like they just didn't like
yeah,
say they just didn't like
they
push Luke
didn't
Skywalker. Yeah, they didn't shit on Luke Skywalker, push him to the side. They actually fleshed it out and showed why. He gave basically his reins to Rey. He gave everything he had to Rey, saying you are the next, real Jedi. He was done. It was over for him. He's an older man, and he couldn't do what he used to when he was younger. That's the point.
and let's be honest here, to any motherfucker out there,
P-
who gets pissed at over the most smallest things. Listen, yeah, was are you guys pissed about Luke Skywalker being gone? Of course, anybody who is a big Star Wars fan will be pissed. But in reality, you should be happy because at the end of the day, he's going to be lived. He's going to be a legend. The actor, is going to be a fucking legend because at the end of the day, he was Luke Skywalker. He played a good. He made that role perfect.
Yeah.
And he made the story perfect. And that's why I will always respect the man for being a part of Star Wars. Now I understand that you guys, it was part of your childhood, and that makes perfect sense. But at the end of the day, nothing really is going to be there forever. There's
Exactly.
going
It
to be
always
something
moves on.
new.
But like when stuff moves on and like takes a different direction, I want to see progress and I want to see like a successful like smooth change. Like some things don't do that. TV shows don't do that a lot. Some movies don't do that a lot. Like think about it. Think about it. In our generation, what's a big movie franchise that came out? For me, it was Harry Potter. We grew up loving Harry Potter, right? Just like people in the 70s and 80s grew up loving Star Wars. So what in about 10, 15 years, right? They bring out like Harry Potter's son or daughter become the next, grand like wizard, and everything else. And let's say like somebody's like let's say like what was his Malfoy or whatever his name was? What if his like child became want to be the next Voldemort, right? And let's say Harry Potter tries to fight against all that, but Harry Potter, dies, showing his son or daughter, how to be the next wizard, how to, keep things moving forward. I would love to see that, It would be, it'd be a good way to change the Harry Potter franchise, in my opinion. I don't know if that's going to happen, but people, characters dying in a movie, TV show, just entertainment, art, anything,
Hmm.
it's a good way to move on smoothly. But they need to have a reason. But they need to have a reason why they died. They need to have a reason why they moved on. And they did in this movie, in the Star Wars Last Jedi. Luke Skywalker finished everything he wanted to accomplish. That's it. Okay? Stop getting butthurt because your favorite character from every movie died. They have to move on at some point. But how is that executed is how you should be angry or, happy or whatever, sad. And some people were mad how it was executed. I don't feel like it was executed that bad, I feel like it was, they moved on from the character great. It, it,
I
it was
definitely
it was
agree.
emotional. It was emotional. You can tell that Luke was ready to be done. He did everything he wanted to accomplish, and he passed on the Jedi generation to Rey. That's
Exactly.
that's the
And
point. To a new
what actually
generation.
made me more emotional with the scene is when Kylo was telling them to open fire on him,
Dude, that was
and
so. His acting right there was so good, bro. Like his acting was
nothing.
so good.
And what made me say, "Damn, this is an amazing, beautiful scene," is when he literally screamed out, "Keep firing, keep firing." He said, "Sir, we're going too far." He said, "I don't care. Keep doing it." And then he literally, and the general was like, "Sir, he's had enough." And then he literally used the force to push the general aside, and kept looking at him and was crying of tears because he was so angry. But then after all that, and Luke Skywalker was still there, and you can tell that
Some
Luke
shit was about to go
Skywalker
down.
was pissed
Yep.
off.
Yep.
And that's what led into the battle, and I thought the battle was fantastic. I thought it did good. I thought it went out very well with the ending. And, people take that to a big of advantage. Look, anything like that is an amazing scene to just, watch and really be
To
emotional.
enjoy,
And
yeah, to enjoy it.
at the end
Stop
of the
trying to
day,
pick apart the movie every second. Sit down, watch the movie that you paid for, and enjoy it. Now, I'm not saying you have to enjoy it. If you really didn't like it, leave the theater and don't say a word. If you want to share your opinions, do it. I mean, everybody shares their own opinions. We're doing it right now, you know what I'm saying? But like, if you're just gonna go in there, sit through the entire like 3 hour movie, and you're just gonna like take little shots at every scene, then you're not even enjoying the movie. That's the point. It's
you
entertainment. It's
really
not
missed
real
the
life,
point.
people. It's not real life. It's
But, you
entertainment.
know, exactly. And then at the point, is just, you're just thinking, if you really don't like it, then why did you buy the movie ticket?
Exactly. Why you
Like,
knew
why
you
pay
went in there
for the
you went in there
film?
knowing you went in there knowing you were going about to look at every scene and you were going to criticize every scene in the movie saying, "Oh, it's not like the first trilogy." Listen,
I'm like, listen, it doesn't always have. It's not always gonna
nothing
be like the
it
first
nothing
movie.
nothing is going to live up. If you love the originals, nothing is going to live up to the originals to you. Then why do you buy it? Why do you go and sit for 3 hours of your day to watch it because you still love it deep down? Even though you know it's not going to be as bad, like, it's not going to top the originals in your mind and your heart, you still want the entertainment. You still want the world of Star Wars. You want to see it. Play it out.
And to be honest with you, you're lucky you even getting a movie with Han Solo. So
And
for me to
they're going to
think that
criticize
this
that too.
movie,
They're going to criticize that too, you know. They're going
you
to,
know
bro.
what, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm gonna go watch that movie and I'm gonna really appreciate it because at the end of the
It's
day,
entertainment.
I
It's
don't
all
really
it's
know much of
for.
Han. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really know much of Han Solo. All I know is he rode the Millennium Falcon and had Chewbacca on his side, and he was a big part of Star Wars. I really didn't know what the main importance of Han Solo was. That's why they're making this movie because they're making sure that everyone knows the importance of this man. and how he became Han Solo, and how he had Kylo Ren, and how all this is coming to one. And what makes me even more upset is you're right. People are they're gonna buy 40 to 60 to even hundreds of dollars, millions of dollars to go watch this movie.
And then shit on it. Yeah, and shit on it. Yeah.
And you know what? At the end of the day,
They're still making the money. Like, people, you are giving them the money to keep making movies. If you want them to stop, do not go and pay, like, hundreds of dollars. Like, almost, like, $100 to freaking watch this movie. You know what I'm saying? And then it's going to give them millions to keep going with the franchise. Like, if you want it to stop, don't watch it. And don't buy the DVDs either. Don't buy the Blu-rays, because that takes the money too. They take that money too.
Exactly. And you know what? At the end of the day, the funny part about it is, listen, to anyone who criticizes about these movies, stay your ass home and do nothing. And if you go and you buy a ticket, sit your fat ass down and enjoy the fucking movie. Because at the end of the day, they don't have to give you shit. They do it because they are passionate about movies. And they do it because they love the Star Wars franchise, and they want to see everyone in the world happy to see the movie, because, yeah, it's a very big franchise. And at the end of the day, you people need to be fucking appreciative. That's what pisses me off about this world. People are unappreciative over the things that people give them. At the end of the day, they don't have to make you shit.
Yeah, they don't have to make another. They don't have to make another Star Wars. They don't have to make another Star Wars movie. They don't. They don't have to.
You fat ass, wannabe cosplay loser who think it's funny to make fun of a movie, but what you can't even do an acting role because your fat ass is sitting down eating a fucking pretzel. So let me tell you something, okay? I am a big fan of Star Wars. Let's just be honest here. Who is not a big fan of Star Wars? Oh yeah, liberal pieces of shit who criticize. You see what I'm saying here? Because at the end of the day, people will criticize over a fantastic movie. Yeah, at the end of the day, most movies are not going to be as good as you think. But at the end of the
I'm not saying it was a. I'm not saying it was a 10 out of 10 movie. I'm not saying that. People. We're not. It was not the. Yeah, it was not a 10 out of 10 movie. We had our like dislikes, and I still want to talk about a few more things before we move on to the next topic about the movie. Two things. Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, and I'm probably gonna get hate for this if people listen to this. He is the best Star Wars villain in the franchise as a character. You want to know why? Because guess what, people? Guess what, people? And you're going to be like, oh no, Darth Vader was. Guess what? Darth Vader didn't have the emotion. He didn't have the drive like, Kylo Ren does. His character as a whole is outstanding, and his drive is a freaking amazing. Like, he wants to prove everybody wrong. He wants to get rid of people that has pushed him down his entire life.
Now, if I can say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the thing. And I totally agree with you on this, okay? Now, yes, everyone will most likely say Darth Vader will probably be the best.
Now, is he the well-known? Is he the most well-known? Yes. And he's most iconic? Yes.
But what Michael's trying to understand, here's the difference between Kylo Ren and Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker. When The Return of the Sith came out, and this is when Anakin was a Jedi, I watched the movie, and I understand why the dark side is a big, powerful thing, because they can lure any Jedi to become dark. And that's what Anakin Skywalker did.
Yep.
But guess what? Yes, he did get pregnant with a woman, and he did have twins.
Yep.
But you know what? When he came back years later, and I remember watching this, it was Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan when he was older. And I can always imagine that, and I'm like, damn, that's a good scene. But you know what? Darth Vader didn't have that passion. Now, I watched this scene with Luke Skywalker, and he was like, Father, I know there's good in you. You just gotta believe in yourself. Deep down, the Anakin Skywalker I knew would do anything for his children. But then, you can feel the emotion off of Darth Vader. He said, it's too late for me, son. And it was.
Mm.
because the man was old at the time, and you know, at the end of the day, and at the end of the movie, Darth Vader died.
Yep.
And you know what? It was good. I liked the movie and I enjoyed it. But guess what, people? Here's the difference between Darth, and I will agree with most people. Darth is a really good Sith Lord. Let's just be honest here. But here's the difference. Kylo Ren, when you watch these movies and you look at it very closely, he has so much fucking emotion
Yep.
with everything. Any goal he wants, he does it with emotion. That's the one word we're talking about.
Yep.
Emotion.
The emotion. Okay,
And you know
so
what? Darth Vader, I would have to agree, he had some emotion,
yeah.
but he didn't have much. Darth Vader wanted just to control the galaxy, and he would ever listen to Emperor Palpatine would tell him to do. That's basically Darth Vader. That was all Darth Vader was.
Okay, so I want to say one more thing though before we have to move on. Um, and then we need to say our ratings and our final stuff. So in my opinion, with the Finn and Rose stuff, it should have been taken out or used less than it was, and they should have focused more on Luke's and Kylo Ren's backstory. I would have really enjoyed that more than watching the casino stuff and all that. I mean, it was fun, but I'd rather watch the backstory more of Luke and Kylo and how they trained and how everything changed and how Kylo took down everything and stuff like that. So that's what I want to say, and we need to get to our final take because we need to move on to our next topic. So, say your rating, dude, and how basically your overall thoughts of the movie.
My overall thoughts of this movie was probably a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
There was only a couple of scenes that I didn't really enjoy, but at the end of the day, it was a good movie, and I don't know why people were criticizing over this movie. And
Yeah, it was stupid.
It lived up to expectations, except for just a little bit of parts. I really enjoyed it.
Okay, so I'm gonna give this movie. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. Like, it was a very entertaining movie. And like you said, there was just some parts I didn't like, and I think it should have been taken out, and some characters should have been changed, used less, and it's just little stuff like that. But overall, it was an entertaining movie. I don't understand why people were pushing it down so much, as a 2 or 3 out of 10. I'm like, what? It's not that bad. And yeah, it really wasn't. If you have not watched this movie, or you have watched it, feel free to buy the Blu-rays. It's good to support it. It's a very entertaining movie. It was not bad by any means. And with that, we need to move on.
Alright.
So our next topic, we're going to be talking about Xbox One and PS4 and the comparisons between the two and the games they have, the games they don't have, compared to each other and stuff like that, and which one's better is basically the end goal of this topic is which one is better. So you can go first. And Elijah has more experience with Xbox than me. I have more experience with PS4. So our opinions on them might be a little differed. So Elijah, you can explain you can talk about Xbox. How is it better and how is it worse than PS4 in your opinion?
Okay, this is kind of. I wouldn't say Xbox is better. I would say it has a lot more features, though. In my opinion, Xbox is kind of it's a lot more different, especially when you have to go get microphones and, the parties are different and the visual is a little bit different than the PS4 because their HD quality is different.
Would you say it's harder to access when you get on PS4 and you just go on the home screen, you can see where everything is, you can easily get to something. If you want to get in a party, you can easily get to a party. Is it easy to do that on Xbox, or do you have to get into different menus? Do you have to click on different buttons? Because I don't know. It's been a long time since I played Xbox.
Good question. Yes, you have to go to a different type of menu, and it'll say all games, and you'll have to mash one of your games to get it started. It's not really hard if you think about it, but that's the one thing I would agree that PS4 does.
The layout, stuff like that. Yeah.
But here's one thing I do agree that PS4 has been really shit now, and it's
worse than Xbox.
sprung new games in.
Yep.
really good games. And they're known for their Halo series, which Halo is one of the most successful games by far in the world, in history. Um, to
It's up
me,
there with COD. It is up there
Halo
with COD. I mean, you know it
is up
is.
there with that.
Like,
But at the end of the day, there's really no difference between them because they're both basically they have the same games. It's still the same old bullshit, and I really don't say Xbox is better. I don't say PS4 better. In my opinion, Nintendo is better than both of them. But as far as gaming wise, and when it comes to bringing in good games and like having fun instead of playing multiplayer, single player campaigns, I think Xbox does a really good job doing that. But at the same time, when it comes to layouts and knowing where your stuff is, I think PS4 is better when it
can
comes to
you
doing those
can
things.
you record videos on the Xbox? I'm not 100% sure you can.
Well, of course you can.
You
I
can.
mean, it's just it. I don't remember how to do it.
See, like,
I sure if anybody who plays Xbox would basically know how to do it.
so basically,
But
like, here's what I would give the advantage to Xbox, and that's the company that owns them, because I'd rather trust Microsoft than Sony, and that's just 100% the truth. Like, Sony is all about the money. They want to get the money. Xbox and Microsoft, they want to bring out stuff that people are going to enjoy. They do care about, everybody cares about the money, but it feels like Sony's more, invested and just only cares about the money, while Microsoft is like, oh, they like the PUBG, these people love PUBG, well, let's bring it to the console. Sony,
that's what
it
they did.
and it's what
That's
they
why I
did,
like
and
that.
so because they listen. It's like Sony, they just keep having the same games, like for example GTA, Fortnite, NBA 2K. It's stuff like that because it brings in money because everybody plays those games 24/7 every single day, and I just don't
To be
understand
honest with you,
why.
most of the people who play those games have no lives.
Exactly,
Just being honest with you.
exactly.
Um, a good thing to also bring up, yes, with the GTA things and Fortnite. Now here's what I agree. What's wrong with PS4 in general? Their games. They barely have shit.
They
And
really don't have anything like at
this
all, bro.
game, GTA, right? GTA on PlayStation Network literally cost $60 fucking.
It's like a
That's
five-year-old
what pisses
game.
me off.
Like they
And
need
it's
to.
a 5-year-old
And I
game.
don't blame.
It
Now
just
we can't
pisses me
blame
off.
PS4 for that. We can't blame Sony and PS4 for that. That's more of Rockstar, but it also is PS4 and PlayStation's fault because they support it and advertise it, and they make it out to be like, oh, go buy those shark cards, do that stuff. The GTA mod's about to come out. Like, just stop. Like
And
it's
then
not a good game. It's not even a good game.
yes. And let's be honest with you, that's basically all. They basically just give hackers what they want. We play it
Because
all
the
the
money.
time, and
That's what I'm saying.
ultimately it gets
Sony
money.
Sony and PS4 just want the money. That's why Sony buys out movies like the Spider-Man series and stuff from Marvel and stuff like that because they wanted money. Thank God Marvel brought it back in. I think Marvel's brought back in Spider-Man. Yeah, Marvel's
And you
got
know
Spider-Man
what?
again.
And you know what the funny thing is too is that the majority of the games on here, I have experienced everything when it comes to PS4. I've dealt with people on GTA. We have dealt people on Fortnite. I have definitely dealt people on 2K games like WWE and NBA.
Yep.
Which basically, trust me, guys, don't go to the WWE community. I'm telling you right now, those are nothing but a bunch of 40-year-old losers.
Yeah.
And let's just be honest here, I've experienced a lot of bullshit in my life, but I haven't experienced that kind of pathetic bullshit ever.
Oh,
They just don't really have much.
here's the thing. For the Xbox, yeah, Xbox and PlayStation are very similar. They're competing against each other because they're different than Nintendo. Nintendo's more of a family-based arcade-like game system. That's why we like it because we like those kind of games. But the Xbox and PS4 have been competing against each other forever since the beginning of both of them. And would I give the edge to Xbox? Yes. Because, I mean, I even think the graphics on Xbox are way better than PS4. I don't know if that's just because my PS4 is shitty or that, I don't know, but like Xbox One, especially the newer ones, like they're like I've seen like videos and YouTubers post stuff on that because they like to play Xbox more than PS4, and like the visuals and the animations of the video games just look stunning. I don't remember what like the term is. Is it like is it? It's like something 400p or something, 4000p. I don't even know, but like the new system, the new Xbox system has a very very nice animation and visuals and just stuff like that for the video games. PS4, they try. It feels like PS4 and Sony are just like they want to compete with the Xbox, but they're just like behind them, and they're just trying to nudge on their backside. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you can do that, we can do that too.
Right. I mean, okay. I can see what they're talking about. Like, there are some people complaining to me about, PS4 is better than Xbox because of their visual HD and their games are a lot better. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't.
since when has PS4 games been good?
Okay, this is what I give to PS4 when it comes to games. The certain exclusive games that come out on PS4, and it's like the story modes and the single player games. They look very good. I mean, I've played a couple. We both played a couple, but I mean, just compared to games like overall, Xbox I feel like has a better exclusives. But when it comes to single player stuff like story mode, I feel like PS4 does have Xbox beat by just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. Like I think it's The Last of Us. I think that's the game that's only for PS4 exclusive. That game is it's a very good and beautiful game that Xbox doesn't have. So I give PS4. I think Xbox doesn't have it. I don't want to be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it's just a PS4 exclusive. But like that game is just stunning. It really is. And so I have PS4 does have good story mode games. Just single player story mode games. More than Xbox. But Xbox, when you want to play with your friends and you want to go online play multiplayer stuff, I feel like Xbox has PS4 beat. Even though the games are pretty much similar, I still feel like you might probably have a better time on Xbox. That's just my opinion. So yeah.
Yeah, I can agree. At an extent that I can see why people would like PS4 when it comes to single player. At the end of the day,
They're basically the same. They're basically the same. For what we have seen, and we played, and we've been on both of consoles, they're both basically the same. They're just competitors against one another. Just like, Samsung and, the Android Samsungs and the iPhones. They're just competing against each other. Who has the bigger screen? Who has the wider, case? It's just the same. Who has the better, picture quality? Right. It's the same stuff. You can't really compare. Like, it'd be easier to compare PS4 to Nintendo because our opinions on Nintendo would be, good. With some, there's some stuff. Multiplayer online stuff still not as good because you have the hacks and you have all that stuff. But that's in every console now. You can't get around it anymore. Maybe back in the old days, but now you can't really get around it.
I'll just be honest with you. It's the age of the multiplayer.
Yeah, it's too hard to compare two things that basically are the same thing. I mean, we can in little like parts and stuff. We can like compare like, oh yeah, this is a little bit better than that one, but they both basically have the same thing. The only thing that Xbox has, that's way better than PS4 is the company that makes it. And the company, that advertises it and supports it, which is Microsoft. I would trust them more than I would trust Sony. And that's basically all I can say about the two consoles, really, and how I can compare them and which one's better. I would go with Xbox because of the company. That's literally it. Like, I do not trust Sony at all. Like, they advertise the most dumb, like we said, advertise the most dumbest games. They advertise the most stupidest mods. And it's not worth it. I feel
Nope.
like I feel like yeah. Does Xbox advertise GTA, advertise stuff that me and you don't like? Yeah, they do. I'm not saying they don't because it's where the money comes from. But I just feel like when I'm listening to like conventions and stuff, like when E3 and stuff comes around, it's like they care more for their fans than Sony does. Like, Sony does. That's just me though. Like, I feel like I would trust Microsoft more than Sony, and that's just the honest truth.
Right.
And that's all I really can say about them. Like if we were comparing those two to Nintendo, I would go with Nintendo every day. Like I said, I'm a Nintendo fanboy. I've always have been. I've been playing Nintendo since I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I'm gonna be. I would always stick with them. Like I'm going to stick with them. And people will be butthurt. Oh, you like that kitty shit? So what? I've been playing those games since I was a little kid, and that's my nostalgic, background. Like, it's
And
what's made me me,
let's just
you
be
know.
honest here. Let's just be honest here. All you fucking losers who say that to us, oh, you're probably in a fucking clan, you probably don't have no life, and you probably play the same bullshit every day. So don't be
So
coming
here,
up to
that's
us and
exactly.
telling us
This
that,
is what I really. This is really what I want to say. If you go home every day, and you get on your PS4 and your Xbox One, and you play something like 2K every day, all day, and nothing else, or GTA. I'm not just saying 2K, GTA, Fortnite. Even you even go to Xbox and you play PUBG or some other game that's not on PS4. Why? I love Nintendo, right? But that does not mean I play the video game, like one video game every single day, 24/7, and like invest myself into it. Like I love the games. I love the systems. And I'm not saying I hate PS4 and Xbox One because I have enjoyed games on both consoles. I've played on the Xbox 360. I've played on the Xbox One. I've played on the PS2. I've played on the PS3 and the PS4. I have a high knowledge of video games. That's what we're talking about this. But when it comes down to it, I still rather have Nintendo as my, favorite console. And then I would say Xbox One and PS4 are, neck and neck with each other because they're basically the same thing. They are. You can't say that one is like, oh, so different. It's got so many different things when it really doesn't. Yeah, does it have, like we said, does it have a couple more different games? Does it have a couple more different settings? Does it have a better company? Yes.
hmm
But you can't say that Xbox is way above PS4 because they're basically the same thing. They
they
just
both are.
design. They're basically the same thing, just designed differently and made by different companies. That one that cares more and one that doesn't, just wants the money. That's it.
Pretty much. At the end of the day, that's what it is. And it always will be that.
So yeah, I mean that's basically my final thoughts on this topic. I mean, I would rate Nintendo number one, like as overall, and then I would keep Xbox and PS4, basically neck and neck with each other when it comes to consoles. So
Right.
that's yeah. Which one do I prefer? Xbox. That's the one I prefer. Even though I'm recording on PS4, I still prefer Xbox because of the company, and I trust the company Microsoft more than I do Sony. And that's basically my final take of this topic. What's your final take of this topic, dude?
My final take of this topic is they both are the same.
Pretty much.
They're both bullshit. Have I enjoyed some games on Xbox more than PS4? Yes, and that's why I'm giving Xbox the advantage. Because, yes, it's true, Microsoft does care about more what people think besides Sony, because Sony can give two shits, because we have called Sony before, and they left me on call for about an hour.
Yep. They
So
have.
that's why we're going with Xbox here. But do I consider Xbox the best console of all time? No. I would think Nintendo is. And Nintendo's been here for 20 to 30 years now.
Yep.
Way before Xbox and PS4 were even made.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, I'm always gonna be a Nintendo fan. I can always remember playing Pokemon with my brother every time, and we would imagine we'll watch Pokemon when we were kids and having the most funnest time in the world by just playing a Nintendo game. And at the end
And
of the day,
do not lie to us, people. Do not lie to us, people. All of you, every single one of you, I bet 100%, you have played a Nintendo game in your life and you enjoyed it more than you like Xbox or PS4 games.
don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Do
You
not,
enjoy playing
do
Nintendo
not,
games
yeah,
every day.
do not tell me like you just said that you enjoy going home and just playing one game every day, all day,
And let's just face it.
for the whole entire year on one console.
The people that do,
You really need to get out there and find some more
wasting
video
your
games.
life.
Yeah, you really.
You're wasting your life on a video
Just
game.
because you think Mario and Pokemon and other games like that are childish, you're not you can say all you want, but guess what? I'm pretty sure there's a lot more people out there enjoying those games, like going home and relaxing, enjoying those games, than they are going home and playing Call of Duty and getting like raging, even though they had a bad day at work and they just want to rage. Why would you want to rage if you had a bad day? You need to go home and relax. But people are like, oh no, we need to get more upset. We need to do this and that. You know.
And listen, at the end of the day, that's why people are going into Nintendo more than they are with these consoles. Because, I mean, let's just face it, there are people like us everywhere that don't enjoy PS4 and that don't enjoy Xbox One.
And the communities, oh my god, I don't even want to.
Getting rid of it.
I don't even want to start on the Xbox and PS4 communities. I don't even want to start on the Xbox and PS4 communities. That might be another day.
Which are shit.
They're
They
people. Dude. And this is so weird. Nintendo has more grown-ass, mature people playing their games. And you go on fucking PS4 and, like, Fortnite, GTA, whatever, and you see, like, 10-year-old kids cussing up everybody and being a freaking dickhead, basically like a Logan Paul that we did in the last podcast, to every single person they meet because they are behind a screen. Listen. Just because you're online or you're playing a game and you're behind a screen or you're behind like an avatar or you're just texting somebody, you know, you're still being a disrespectful bitch. And we don't play game. We don't want to play games and come home and have, enjoy the rest of our day and just see those people. Let's go home and play video games, right? I want to go play video games. So I want to go online. Oh, what? And then you go in and people are killing you left and right and just cussing you out, and they're 10-year-old kids.
And most of them are kids, but there are some.
Now they're all,
life adults too.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
let's be honest here.
It's just,
I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not trying to be what you people think as a bad person. Let's just be honest here. All people, when you get on there, they try to be racist and they call you.
It doesn't matter if they're white. It doesn't matter if they're black. It doesn't matter if they're Hispanic. It doesn't matter if they're Asian. If you get on, and I know people know this, if you watch this part in the podcast and you listen to me carefully, and you get on a game on PS4 and you put in your mic and you start talking to those people, it doesn't matter what race they are, where they came from. They are going to make fun of you. They're going to push you down and make you feel like shit. Now, would you want to go home after a hard day at work or school and listen to that bullshit? No. I wouldn't.
Don't tell me you don't.
Don't tell me you want to go on there and freaking, oh, I love to hear that stuff. It makes me riled up. It makes me want to play more and kill them. Come on.
We're all people, and at the end of the day, we all have feelings.
God.
And the funny thing is, you guys are like, well, I should talk shit back to make myself feel good. What you should do is to unplug the mic
And not play the game.
and just
I wouldn't even play the game. That's why we don't even like those games, because me and my brother have played so many of these games that has multiplayer online, stuff, and we get super pissed because one, like he said, they're racist, they're disrespectful, they kill us for no reason, they shut us out of the party, they just do anything, But that's basically it. We kind of need to end the podcast here because it's getting close to time. If you made it this far in the podcast, I want to thank you for watching it, listening to our opinions. Me and my brother both thank you for the support. In the next podcast, we're probably going to be talking about cartoons and stuff like that because that new Teen Titans Go movie that was just announced, oh my god. But, yeah, we both have some stuff to say on that one. But,
Oh, damn.
but thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys liked it. If you didn't, feel free to leave a comment. Tell us why you didn't like it. We love to hear it. We would love to hear it. We would love to interact with you in the comments. We really would. So we'll see you in the next podcast, everyone. Peace.